Anam. How are you today? I hope you are all well and healthy, even though the situation is still a pandemic like this. I hope this COVID-19 virus will end soon, like really ends. Even though this Eid holiday, we have all been allowed by the government to homecoming and meet our family. Oh yeah, Minal Aidin wal Faidin to all of my friends and especially Mr. Anam who teaches English communication. I'm so sorry if I have many mistakes for all of you. It started with me, who was already living alone in Malang city. Sometimes I felt lonely, but that is the risk of students who study far from their parents. Usually, my family and I eat sahur and enjoy iftar together. But this year, I enjoyed Ramadan alone. Of course, it's very sad because sometimes I miss my parents. But yay! Alhamdulillah, it turns out that the government has allowed Indonesian people to homecoming and celebrate Eid al-Fitr with their families. And finally, I had an opportunity to go to Kalimantan Island, namely Bontang City, which is my hometown. I felt very excited to go home to meet my family and especially my parents. Woo! I went home by plane, namely Citylink airline, my favorite airline because this airline is the most comfortable for me. 2 hours passed and I finally arrived at Samarinda Airport and was immediately greeted by my parents. Woo! Furthermore, on Eid day, in the morning, as usual, we got ready for Eid prayer and headed to the mosque, which is close to my house. My family and I walked together to the mosque, and after arrived at the mosque, we listened to the sermon and performed Eid prayers. Next, arrived at home, I did the tradition of sungkem. But do you know what sungkem is? Sungkem is apologize to parents and family. And I did that. I didn't realize I was shedding tears because I felt that I still couldn't be what my parents wanted and still couldn't make them happy. The next day, we planned to go to the beach to refresh our minds after it. Not only my family, but we invited our relatives and some friends to go there. In Bontang, East Kalimantan, there is a beautiful island called Pulau Beras Basah, which is starting to become popular with tourists. In addition to the beauty of the white sand beach, there is a towering lighthouse and captivating underwater views. Beras Basah Island is located in the middle of the sea with a beautiful beach not far from the city of Bontang. The island, which covers an area of about 1 hectare, has a 15-meter height lighthouse that functions for ship navigation. The distance of the island from Bontang city center is only about 7 kilometers or about 220 kilometers from Balikpapan city. The origin of the name nasi basah, according to local folklore, comes from the words rice and wet. Once upon a time, there was a ship belonging to the Kutai Sultanate that was sailing in the Makassar Strait. The ship was carrying food including rice. The ship suddenly sank and spilled its luggage. Because the waters where the ship sank were so low, the ship's cargo, which was mostly rice, didn't sink, but some appeared like mounds. Over time, the mound of rice turned into a wet sandy island like rice, which is always wet because it is surrounded by the ocean. And our groups intends to stay overnight on the island. After arrived at Beras Basah Island, my brothers and I were immediately rushed to the beach because, oh my god, we could stand the beauty of the sea. We were swimming and looking at the living creatures under the sea. After swimming, we burned the fish and ate them together under a coconut tree. After that, we relaxed in the hammock to enjoy the sunset on the island. At night, we lighted a bonfire while told stories. After that, we slept accompanied by the soothing sound of the waves. What a tiring week, but so worth it with the happiness. That is the story of my Eid holiday, which I think is a very pleasant holiday.
Wow!
I hope my happiness spreads to all of you who have listened. So, what is your version of the holiday story? Tell me!